Qur'an translation from Ali Ünal. Audio prepared by Respect Graduate School. Verse 6. No living creature is there moving on the earth, but its provision depends on God, and He knows its every lodging and disposition, every stage of its life, and the duration of its stay, and the moment of its transition therefrom. All is in a manifest book. Verse 7. He it is who has created the heavens and the earth in 6 days. His supreme throne was upon the water, that He might make trial of you to manifest which of you is best in conduct. Yet, if you say to people, your proper abode is the hereafter, where you will be either in bliss or suffering according to your conduct in the world, that is why you are bound to be raised after death. Those who persist in unbelief will say, this is clearly nothing but an enchanting delusion. Verse 8. Seeing that we postpone the punishment with which we threaten them until an appointed term, they are sure to say, in mockery, what detains it that it does not come? Beware. On the day when it befalls them, it will not be averted from them, and that which they have been mocking at will overwhelm them. Verse 9. If we let human taste some mercy from us, and then take it away from him, he becomes hopeless and thankless, forgetting all our favors to him. Verse 10. And if we let him taste ease and plenty after some hardship has visited him, he says, gone is all affliction from me. Surely he is prone to vain exultation and self-glorifying. Verse 11. Except those who are persevering and patient, neither despairing in affliction, nor exultant and self-glorifying in success, and do good, righteous deeds. It is they for whom is forgiveness and a great reward. Verse 12. Now it may be that you, O messenger, are drawn to abandon some part of what is revealed to you, such as the verses concerning your messengership, and your breast is constricted thereby, on account of their saying, why has a treasure not been sent down upon him, or an angel accompanying him, visible to us? But you are only a warner. It is God who has everything in His care and under His control. Verse 13. Or they say about the messenger, he fabricates it, the Qur'an. Say to them, then produce 10 invented surahs like it, in eloquence, meaningfulness, and truth, and call to your aid whomever you can, apart from God, if you are truthful in your claim, not deluded or just making up excuses to justify your unbelief. Verse 14. If they, whom you call to your aid, cannot answer your call, then know that it, the Qur'an, is sent down as based on God's knowledge, and that there is no deity save Him. Will you then submit to God as Muslims, as, verse 15, whoever desires the present, worldly life, and its outward shows, we recompense them for all that they do therein, and they are not deprived of their just due therein. Verse 16. It is they, for whom there is nothing in the hereafter but the fire. All that they produced in it, this world, has come to nothing, and all that they were doing is fruitless, vain. Verse 17. So, how can you compare others with? One who stands on a clear evidence from his Lord, the Qur'an, and is supported by a witness guided by him. And there was revealed before it the book of Moses, confirming it, as a guide and mercy. Those who make and understand the comparison believe in it, the Qur'an, while whoever from the diverse parties belonging to different nations and faiths knowingly disbelieves in it, the fire will be their promised place. And so you should not have the least doubt of it, being revealed by God. Surely it is the truth from your Lord, though most of the people do not believe. Verse 18. Who is greater in doing wrong than he who fabricates falsehood in attribution to God. Such will be brought before their Lord. And the witnesses will say, "Those are they who lied in attribution to God." Surely it is the due of the wrongdoers that God has excluded them from his mercy. Verse 19. The ones who bar people from God's way and seek to make it crooked, wishing they could distort it, and they are those who persistently disbelieve in the hereafter. Verse 20. Those can never frustrate on earth whatever God wills for it, nor can they find any guardians apart from God, able to protect them against God. For them, the punishment will be doubled in the hereafter. Having wasted the faculties of hearing and seeing that God granted them, they have no longer been able to listen to the revealed truths, nor have they any longer had sight to see. Verse 21. Such are they who have ruined themselves, and all that they fabricated by way of false deities to worship besides God have failed them. Verse 22. Without doubt, in the hereafter, they will be the greatest losers. Verse 23. As for those who believe and do good, righteous deeds, and have humbled themselves before their Lord, they are the companions of paradise. They will abide therein. Verse 24. These two classes of people are like the blind and deaf, and the seeing and hearing. Can they be likened to each other? Will you not then reflect and be mindful? Verse 25. And assuredly, we sent Noah to his people as messenger, with the same message that he preached. Surely I am for you a plain warner, advising you for your good. Verse 26. That you worship none but God. Indeed, I fear for you the punishment of a painful day. Verse 27. The leading ones who disbelieved from among his people said, We do not see you but as a mortal like ourselves, and we do not see that any follow you, save those who are but the lowliest of us, without an opinion worthy of consideration. And we do not see you, and your followers, having any superiority over us. Rather, we take the view that you are liars. Verse 28. Noah said, O my people, what do you think if I stand on a clear evidence from my Lord, and he has granted me a mercy from his presence to which you have remained blind? Can we force you to accept it when you are averse to it? Verse 29. O my people, I ask of you no wealth for it, for conveying the message to you. My wage is due only from God. I will not drive away those who believe. They are destined to meet their Lord, who will treat them as they should be treated. Whereas I see you as a people acting in ignorance. Verse 30. O my people, who could help me against God, were I to drive them away? Will you not then reflect and be mindful? Verse 31. And I do not say to you that with me are the treasures of God, nor do I know the unseen, what is stored in the future. Nor do I say that I am an angel, nor do I say of those whom your eyes hold in contempt, that God will not grant them some good. God knows best whatever is in their bosoms, what kind of people they are in their inner worlds. If I drove them away or spoke ill of them, then I would indeed be among the wrongdoers. Verse 32. They said, O Noah, you have argued with us and have prolonged your arguments. So stop arguing with us, and, if you are telling the truth, bring upon us what you have been threatening us with. Verse 33. Noah said, Only God can bring it upon you, if he wills, and you can never be frustrators of his will. Verse 34. My counsel, much as I would counsel you, will not benefit you, if God has willed that you be and remain misguided. He is your Lord, who created you and nurtures, sustains, and protects you, and you are on the way to return to him. Verse 35, do they, the idolaters, say, of you, O messenger, he has fabricated it, invented all those stories in the Qur'an containing them? Say, if indeed I fabricate it, then upon me falls my sin, but as you are slandering me to excuse your own willful persistence in unbelief, know that I am free of the sins you have been committing. Verse 36, and it was revealed to Noah by us, never will any of your people believe except those who have already believed. Then do not be distressed because of what they have been doing. Verse 37, build the ark, which we have described to you, under our eyes and in accordance with our instructions to be revealed to you. And do not plead with me for those who have persisted in wrongdoing. They are bound to be drowned. Verse 38, and so Noah set to building the ark, and every time the leading ones among his people passed by him, they mocked at him. He said, now you are mocking us, but a day will come when we mock you just as you mock us. Verse 39, and so shall you know upon whom will come a punishment which will disgrace him, and upon whom will alight a lasting punishment in the hereafter. Verse 40, and so it went on, until the time when our command came and the boiler started boiling over. We said to Noah, embark in it a pair of each kind of living creature, and your family, except those against whom our sentence has already been passed, and those who believe. And those who believed with him were few. Verse 41, Noah said, board it. And all the people and the pairs of creatures God willed should be saved were settled in the ark. In God's name be its course and its mooring. Surely my Lord is all forgiving, all compassionate. Verse 42. So the ark floated with them amid waves like mountains. And Noah cried out to a son of his who was standing apart, embark with us, my son, and do not be with the unbelievers. Verse 43, he said, I will betake myself to a mountain that will protect me from the waters. He, Noah, said, today there is no protection from God's judgment, except for him on whom he has mercy. And the waves came between them, and he, the son, was among the drowned. Verse 44, and it was said, O earth, swallow up your waters, and O sky, cease your rain. And the waters were made to subside, and by God's will the affair was accomplished. Then the ark came to rest on Al-Judi, and it was said, away with the wrongdoing people. Verse 45. Noah called out to his Lord, saying, O my Lord, my son was of my family as a believer, and your promise is surely true for my believing family members, and you are the most just of judges. Verse 46. God said, O Noah, he, being an unbeliever, is not of your family. He is one of unrighteous conduct, which embodied his unbelief. So do not ask of me what you have no knowledge of. I admonish you so that you do not behave as one among the ignorant. Verse 47. Noah said, O my Lord, I seek refuge in you, lest I should ask of you what I have no knowledge of. And unless you forgive me and have mercy on me, I will indeed be among the losers. Verse 48. He was told, O Noah, get you down in peace and safety from us, and with blessings upon you and upon the communities of believers who are with you, and those to descend from you and them. There will also be other communities of unbelievers. We will provide for them to enjoy themselves for a term, and then there will visit them from us a painful punishment. Verse 49. Those are accounts of some exemplary events of the unseen, a time and realm beyond any created's perception, that we reveal to you, O messenger. Neither you nor your people knew them before this. Then, seeing that there is no substantial difference between the conditions in which the messengers carried out their missions and the reactions they encountered, be patient with their reactions and their persistence in unbelief. The final happy outcome is in favor of the God-revering, pious. Verse 50. And to the people of Ad we sent their brother Hud. He said, O my people, worship God alone. You have no deity other than him. You are only fabricators of falsehood in attributing partners to him. Verse 51. O my people, I ask of you no wage for it, for conveying the message to you. My wage is due from only him who originated me with a particular character. Will you not use your reason? Verse 52. O my people, implore your Lord to forgive you for the sins you have so far committed, and turn to him repentant, that he may cause the sky to pour down upon you abundant rain, and add strength to your strength. So, do not turn your backs on this message that I convey to you as disbelieving criminals. Verse 53. O Hud, they said, you have brought us no clear sign, a miracle to prove your messengership. We are not going to forsake our deities on your mere saying so, the more so as we do not believe you. Verse 54. We say only that some of our deities have possessed you with evil. Hud said, surely I call God to witness, and you too be witnesses, that I am free of what you associate with God as partners with him. Verse 55. Apart from him, I only take him as deity and Lord. So, scheme against me altogether, and then give me no respite. Verse 56. I have put my trust in God, my Lord, and your Lord. No living creature is there, but he holds it by its forelock and keeps it under his complete control. Surely, my Lord is on a straight path. He governs all that exists and carries out his decrees rightly and with absolute justice. Verse 57. If you turn your backs on the message I convey to you, know that I have conveyed to you what I was sent with to you. My Lord will, if you continue in your rejection, cause another people to take your place, whereas you cannot harm him in the least. Surely my Lord keeps watch and record of all things. Verse 58. And when our judgment came to pass, because the people of Ad did continue in their rejection, we saved Hud and those who believed with him out of a mercy from us, because of their faith, righteousness, and patience. We saved them from a harsh punishment. Verse 59. Such were the Ad. They obstinately rejected the revelations of their Lord, the signs and miracles proving his oneness and all other essentials of faith. And they rebelled against his messengers by rejecting the messenger Hud sent to them, and followed every stubborn tyrant. Verse 60. And a curse was made to pursue them in this world, and on the day of resurrection. Beware. The Ad disbelieved in their Lord with ingratitude. So away with the Ad, the people of Hud. Verse 61. And to the people of Thamud we sent their brother Salih as messenger to convey the same message. O my people, worship God alone. You have no deity other than him. He has raised you from the earth and settled you in it, enabling your dignity and prosperity. So, ask forgiveness of him for the sins you have so far committed, and turn to him repentant. Assuredly, my Lord is all near, all responsive to the call of all beings that call upon him. Verse 62. They said, O Salih, before this, you were a source of hope among us. Would you now seek to prevent us from worshiping what our forefathers used to worship? Indeed, we are in real doubt concerning what you call us to. Verse 63. He said, O my people, what do you think? If I stand on a clear evidence from my Lord, and he has granted me a mercy from himself, Who could help me against God were I to disobey him? You would add to me nothing but ruin. Verse 64. O my people, this is the she-camel from God as a sign for you, of the kind you demand to see before you believe. So leave her alone to pasture on God's earth, and touch her with no evil, lest an imminent punishment should seize you. Verse 65. But, unable to bear to see her as an evidence of the truth of Salih's message, they cruelly slaughtered her. Then he, Salih, said, Enjoy the life in your habitations 3 days more. Then will be your ruin. This is a threat that will not be proved false. Verse 66. So when our judgment came to pass, we saved Salih and those who believed with him out of mercy from us, because of their faith, righteousness, and patience, from the ignominy of that day. Surely your Lord is the all-powerful, the all-glorious, with irresistible might. Verse 67. And the awful blast seized those who committed the greatest wrong by associating partners with God, so that they lay prostrate lifeless in their very dwellings. Verse 68. As though they had never lived there in prosperity. Beware, the Thamud disbelieved in their Lord and were ungrateful for his favors. So away with the Thamud. Verse 69. And our heavenly envoys came in human form to Abraham with glad tidings. They said peace, and he, returning the greeting, said peace. Without delay, he brought them a roasted calf. Verse 70. But when he saw that their hands did not reach out to it, he was doubtful of them, deeming their conduct strange, and became apprehensive of them. They said, Do not fear. We have been sent to the people of Lot. Verse 71. Meanwhile, his old and fertile wife, standing by, felt she was menstruating and smiled. And we gave her the glad tidings of the birth of Isaac, and after Isaac, of his son Jacob. Verse 72. She said, Oh, woe is me! Shall I bear a child now that I am an old woman, and this my husband is an old man? That would be a strange thing indeed. Verse 73. They, the envoys, said, Are you surprised at God's command? The mercy of God and his blessings be upon you, O people of the house. Surely he is all praiseworthy, as the Lord who meets all needs of his servants, all sublime. Verse 74. So when the apprehension left Abraham and the glad tiding was conveyed to him, he began to argue with our envoys to plead with us on behalf of the people of Lot. Verse 75. Abraham was indeed most clement, tender-hearted, ever turning to God with all his heart. Verse 76. O Abraham, cease from this. For sure, the command of your Lord has already gone forth, and there is coming upon them a punishment not to be turned back. Verse 77. And when our envoys came to Lot, he was troubled on their account, and felt himself powerless to protect them, and he said, This is a distressful day. Verse 78. His people came rushing to him, driven by their perverted desire, as they had before that been committing such abominations. Lot said, O my people, here are my daughters. They are utterly clean for you, to satisfy your desires in wedlock. Have fear of God, and do not disgrace me in respect to my guests. Is there not among you one right-minded man? Verse 79. They said, You know well that we have no claim on your daughters, and you surely know well what we desire. Verse 80. He said, Oh, would that I had power to resist you, or that I could lean upon some strong support. Verse 81. They, the envoys, said, O Lot, we are envoys of your Lord. They will not reach you. So, set out with your family in a part of the night, and let no one among you turn round. All save your wife, for that which is to befall them will befall her as well. Their appointed time is the morning. Is the morning not near? Verse 82. So when our judgment came to pass, we overturned those sinful towns and rained down on them stones of baked clay, one after another. Verse 83. Each stone marked out by your Lord for a particular individual, and they are never far from wrongdoers in all times and places. Verse 84. And to the people of Midian we sent as messenger their brother Shu'aib. He said, conveying the same message, O my people, worship God. You have no deity other than him. Do not give short measure and weight in your dealings. Surely I see you affluent in wealth which you have gained in unlawful ways, and I fear for you the punishment of an all-encompassing day. Verse 85. O my people, give full measure and weight with perfect equity, and do not wrong, deprive people by depriving them of what is rightfully theirs, and do not go about acting wickedly in the land, causing disorder and corruption. Verse 86. What God leaves with you as lawful profit is better for you if you are believers. I am not a keeper and watcher over you. Verse 87. They said, O Shu'aib, does your prayer right command you that we should forsake all that our forefathers used to worship, or that we should cease doing whatever we wish with our property? Surely you are one mild-mannered and the one right-minded. Verse 88. He answered, O my people, what do you think, if I stand on a clear evidence from my Lord, and out of his provision he provides for me? I do not, in hope of worldly gain and provoking disorder, act in opposition to you, myself doing what I ask you to avoid. What I seek is only to set things right so far as I am able. My success in my task depends on God alone. In him have I put my trust, and to him do I always turn with all my heart. Verse 89. O my people, let your dissent from me not cause you to sin, so that there befall you the like of what befell the people of Noah, or the people of Hud, or the people of Salih, and the people of Lot, who were subjected to the same doom, did not live far from you. Verse 90. Implore your Lord to forgive you for the sins you have so far committed, and turn to him repentant. Surely my Lord is all compassionate, especially towards his servants who turn to him. All loving. Verse 91. O Shu'aib, they said, we do not understand much of what you say, and we see you indeed as a weak one among us. And, were it not for your tribe, esteemed among us, we would most certainly have stoned you to death. Know well that we do not hold you in esteem as having power over us. Verse 92. He replied, O my people, do you hold my tribe in greater esteem than God, that you take him as something to cast behind you and forget? But surely my Lord encompasses, with his knowledge and power, all that you do. Verse 93. O my people, do then all that may be within your power, while I am at work, doing my task. In time, you will come to see and know who it is that will be visited by a punishment to disgrace him, and who it is that speaks falsehood, and will be contradicted in his speech. Wait and watch then, and I am watching with you. Verse 94. And so, when our judgment came to pass, we saved Shu'aib and those who believed in his company out of a mercy from us, because of their faith, righteousness, and patience. And the awful blast seized those who acted wrongly to their own ruin, so that they lay prostrate, lifeless in their own dwellings. Verse 95. As though they had never lived there in affluence. So, away with the people of Midian, just as the Thamud have been done away with. Verse 96. And we indeed sent Moses with our clear signs miracles to support him, and a manifest authority from us. Verse 97. To the Pharaoh and his chiefs, but they, his chiefs, his own people, and many among the children of Israel, followed the rule of the Pharaoh. And the rule of the Pharaoh was by no means a guide, right and just. And no tyrant in the mold of the Pharaoh has ever done differently. Verse 98. He will go before his people on the day of resurrection and lead them to the fire, as cattle are led to water. How evil a watering place to be led to. Verse 99. And a curse was made to pursue them in this world, and on the day of resurrection. How evil is the gift offered. Verse 100. That is something of the accounts of some townships that were destroyed in the past. We relate it to you, O messenger. Among them are some still standing, and some extinct, like a mown field. Verse 101. We did not wrong them, but they wronged themselves. When the judgment of your Lord came to pass, their deities which they used to invoke apart from God proved of no avail to them, and they increased them not save in ruin. Verse 102. That is how your Lord seizes the townships, when he seizes them when they are wrongdoers. His seizing is indeed painful, severe. Verse 103. Surely in that is a sign, lesson and warning, for those who fear the punishment of the hereafter. That is a day when all humankind will be gathered together, and that is a day bound to be witnessed, experienced by all living creatures in their whole being. Verse 104. We do not postpone it beyond a term already appointed by us. Verse 105. On the day when it comes, no one will speak unless by his leave. Among those gathered together, some are wretched and some happy. Verse 106. As for those who will be wretched on that day, on account of the deeds they have earned, they will be in the fire, wherein moaning and wailing will be their lot. Verse 107. Abiding there, so long as the heavens and the earth endure, except as your Lord wills. Surely your Lord is the sovereign doer of what he wills. Verse 108. And as for those who are happy, having been blessed by God with faith and good deeds, they will be in paradise, abiding there, so long as the heavens and the earth endure, except as your Lord wills, as a gift unceasing. Verse 109. So do not be in doubt of anything that those misguided people worship. They but worship as their forefathers worshipped in time past, and we will most certainly pay them their due in full, undiminished. Verse 110. And indeed, we granted Moses the book, and discord arose about it, just as your people, O messenger, differ concerning the book we are revealing to you. So do not be grieved. Had it not been for a decree already issued by your Lord, postponing the final decisive judgment until an appointed term, it would indeed have been judged between them. They, your people, are surely in serious doubt, truly uncertain concerning it, the Qur'an. Verse 111. And surely for each of them, your Lord will certainly pay them in full for their deeds. He is indeed fully aware of all that they do. Verse 112. Pursue, then, what is exactly right in every matter of the religion, as you are commanded by God. And those who, along with you, have turned to God with faith, repenting their former ways, let them do likewise. And do not rebel against the bounds of the straight path. O believers, he indeed sees well all that you do. Verse 113. And do not incline towards those who do wrong, against God by associating partners with him, and against people by violating their rights. Or the fire will touch you, For you have no guardians and true friends apart from God, but if you should incline towards those who do wrong, you will not be helped by him. Verse 114. Establish the prayer, O messenger, at the beginning and the end of the day, and in the watches of the night near to the day. Surely good deeds wipe out evil deeds. This is advice and a reminder for the mindful who reflect. Verse 115. And be patient, persevering in doing good, avoiding mistakes, and against all kinds of persecution. You are made to suffer in God's cause. For surely God never leaves to waste the reward of those devoted to doing good, aware that God is seeing them. Verse 116. If only there had been among the generations before you, of whom some we destroyed, people with lasting qualities, such as faith, knowledge, virtue, and good deeds, whose goal was what is lasting with God, the eternal life of the hereafter, and who would warn against disorder and corruption on earth. Among them only a few, included among those whom we saved, did this. But those who did wrong against God by associating partners with him, and against people by violating their rights, were lost in the pursuit of pleasures without scruples, and were criminals committed to accumulating sins. Verse 117. And it has never been the way of your Lord to destroy the townships unjustly, while their people were righteous, dedicated to continuous self-reform and setting things right in the society. Verse 118. If your Lord had so willed and withheld from humankind free will, he would have made all humankind one single community, with the same faith, worldview, and life pattern. But, having free choice, they never cease to differ and follow diverse paths, diverging from the straight path. Verse 119. Save those on whom your Lord has mercy, and guides to the straight path, because of the merits they have. It is for that he created them, and thus the word of your Lord will have been fulfilled. I will fill hell with all those deserving it among the jinn and humankind. Verse 120. All that we relate to you of the exemplary narrative of the lives of some of the earlier messengers is in order that whereby we make firm your heart. In all these accounts there comes to you the truth, as well as an instruction and a reminder for the believers. Verse 121. Say to those who do not believe, do all that may be within your power, while we too are doing our task. Verse 122. And wait on, we too are waiting. Verse 123. To God belongs absolute dominion and full knowledge of the unseen of the heavens and the earth, and to him alone is the whole matter referred for final judgment. So worship him and put your trust in him. Your Lord is by no means unaware and unmindful of what you do. Surah 12. Yusuf, Joseph. Verse 1. Alif, Lam, Ra. These are the revelations of the book, clear in itself and clearly showing the truth. Verse 2. We send it down as a Qur'an discourse, in Arabic, so that you may reflect on both its meaning and wording and understand. Verse 3. We are about to relate to you, O Messenger, the best of narratives of the past, by our revealing to you this Qur'an. Before this, indeed, you were unaware of it. Verse 4. When Joseph said to his father, O my father, I saw in a dream 11 stars, as well as the sun and the moon. I saw them prostrating themselves before me. Verse 5. He, Jacob, said, O my son, do not relate your dream to your brothers, lest, out of envy, they devise a scheme against you. For Satan is a manifest enemy to humankind and can incite them to do such a thing. Verse 6. So will your Lord choose you and impart to you some knowledge of the inner meaning of all happenings, including dreams, and complete his favor upon you and upon the family of Jacob, as he completed it formerly upon your forefathers, Abraham and Isaac. Surely your Lord is all-knowing, all-wise. Verse 7. Assuredly in this account of Joseph and his brothers, there are many signs, messages, for seekers of truth. Verse 8. When they, the brothers addressing one another, said, Joseph and his brother are indeed more loved by our father than we are, even though we are a powerful band, of greater use to him. Surely our father is manifestly mistaken. Verse 9. One of them said, Kill Joseph, or cast him out in some distant land, so that your father's attention should turn only to you, and after that you may again become righteous people. Verse 10. Another of them, putting forward his view, said, Do not kill Joseph, but rather cast him into the depth of the well that you know of, that some caravan may pick him up. Do that, if you are seriously intending to take action. Verse 11. They said, having agreed on this, to their father, Our father, why will you not trust Joseph with us, while we are his sincere well-wishers? Verse 12. Let him go out with us tomorrow, that he may enjoy himself and play. Surely we will take good care of him. Verse 13. He, Jacob, said, Indeed, it grieves me that you should take him with you, and I fear lest a wolf should devour him while you are inattentive of him. Verse 14. They said, If a wolf should devour him when we are so strong a company, then we should surely be lost. Verse 15. And so they went away with him, and decided to put Joseph in the depth of the well, which they did. We revealed to him, You will most certainly remind them of this deed of theirs, while they are unaware, neither knowing nor understanding all that has transpired. Verse 16. And at nightfall, they returned to their father weeping. Verse 17. They said, Our father, we went off racing with one another and left Joseph behind by our things. Then a wolf devoured him. But we know that you will not believe us, even though we speak the truth. Verse 18. They had brought his shirt back with false blood on it. Jacob said, Rather your evil commanding souls have tempted you to do something evil. So, the proper recourse for me is a becoming patience, a patience that endures without complaint. God it is whose help is sought against the situation that you have described. Verse 19. And there came a caravan, and they sent forth one among them to fetch water. He let down his bucket into the well. Good luck, he exclaimed. There is a youth here. So they hid and preserved him as merchandise to sell. God had full knowledge of what they were doing. Verse 20. And they sold him for a paltry price, a few silver coins. So little did they value him. Verse 21. The man who bought him in Egypt said to his wife, Give him honorable, good lodging. It may be that he will prove useful to us, or we may adopt him as a son. Thus did we establish Joseph in the land, Egypt, that we would impart to him knowledge and understanding of the inner meaning of events, including dreams. God always prevails in whatever be his will, but most people do not know that it is so. Verse 22. When Joseph reached his full manhood, we granted him authority with sound, wise judgment, and special knowledge. Thus do we reward those devoted to doing good as if seeing God. Verse 23. And the woman in whose house he was living sought to enjoy herself by him. She bolted the doors and said, Come, please. He said, God forbid. My lord, your husband, has given me honorable, good lodging. Assuredly, Wrongdoers never prosper. Verse 24. Certainly she was burning with desire for him, and he would have desired her had it not been that he had already seen the argument and proof of his Lord concerning chastity and good conduct, and so was anxious only about how to escape her. We did it in that way. We showed to him our argument and proof, so that we might avert from him an evil and indecency. For he was one of our servants, endowed with perfect sincerity and purity of intention, in faith and practicing the religion. Verse 25. So they raced to the door, and she tore his shirt from the back, and they met her master, husband, by the door. She cried, "What should be the recompense for him who purposes evil against your household, except imprisonment or a grievous punishment?" Verse 26. He, Joseph, said, "She it was who sought to enjoy herself by me." And one of those present, a member of her household, said, "If his shirt has been torn from the front, she is telling the truth, and he is a liar." Verse 27. But if it is torn from the back, then she is lying, and he is truthful. Verse 28. So when he, her husband, saw that his shirt was torn from the back, he turned to his wife and said, "This is from the guile of you women. For sure your guile is great." Verse 29. To Joseph, he said, "Do not mention this to anyone." To his wife, he said, "Ask forgiveness for your sin, for surely you have committed a sin." Verse 30. Women, gossiping in the city, said, "The minister's wife has sought to enjoy herself by her slave boy. Certainly her desire for him, has pierced her heart with love. We see that she has plainly lost her wits and her way." Verse 31. When she heard of their sly whispers, she sent for them, and prepared for them a place of reclining for a sumptuous meal. She gave to each one of them a knife, and said to Joseph, "Come out before them." When they saw him, they were so stricken with admiration of him that they cut their hands, exclaiming, "God save us! This is no human mortal. He is but a noble angel." Verse 32. She said, "This is the one about whom you have been taunting me. And indeed, I did seek to enjoy myself by him, but he was resolute in his chastity. Yet if he continues to refuse what I command him, he shall certainly be imprisoned, and shall certainly find himself among the humbled." Verse 33. He, imploring God, said, "My Lord, prison is dearer to me than what they bid me to. If you do not avert their guile from me, I might incline towards them and become one of the ignorant, those who succumb to such temptations." Verse 34. So his Lord answered him and averted from him their guile. Surely he it is who is the all-hearing, the all-knowing. Verse 35. It occurred to them, the nobleman and his household, even after they had seen the signs of Joseph's innocence, that they should imprison him for a time. Verse 36. And there entered the prison with him 2 young men. One of them said to Joseph one day, "I dreamed that I was pressing grapes for wine." The other said, "I dreamed that I was carrying bread upon my head, of which birds were eating." Inform us of their meaning. For sure, we see that you are of those endowed with the best qualities. Verse 37. He said, "The meal which you are fed daily will not come to you, but I will have informed you of their meaning before it comes to you. This is of the knowledge that my Lord has taught me. Surely I have left behind me the way of a people who do not have faith in God as they ought to have faith, and who do not believe in the hereafter." Verse 38. I have followed the way of my fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It is not for us to associate anything with God as partner. This, his teaching and calling us to belief in him, without associating any partners with him, is from God's grace and bounty on us and on all people. But most people do not give thanks, in return by believing firmly in his oneness and worshiping him alone. Verse 39. O my two fellow prisoners, are many diverse lords more reasonable and better to attribute creation to and believe in and obey? Or God, the one, the all-overwhelming, holding absolute sway over all that exists? Verse 40. What you worship apart from him is nothing but names that you and your forefathers made up for them, in the absolute sense. Judgment and authority rest with none but God alone. He has commanded that you worship none but him alone. This is the upright, ever-true religion. But most people do not know, and they act from their ignorance. Verse 41. As for your dreams, O my fellow prisoners, one of you will again give his lord, the king, wine to drink. As to the other, he will be hanged, and birds will peck at his head. The matter about which you inquired has already been decided. Verse 42. He said to the one of the two, whom he deemed would be delivered, mention me in the presence of your Lord. But Satan caused him to forget to mention him to his Lord, and so he, Joseph, remained in prison some more years. Verse 43. And the king said one day, I saw in a dream 7 fat cows being devoured by 7 lean ones, and 7 green ears of grain, and another 7 dry. O you courtiers, enlighten me about my dream, if you know how to interpret dreams. Verse 44. They said, jumbles of dream images, and we are not knowledgeable in the interpretation of dream images. Verse 45. Now after all that time of the 2 prisoners, the one who had been delivered remembered what Joseph had asked him to remember. And he said, I will inform you of its meaning. So send me forth. Verse 46. Coming to Joseph in the prison, he said, Joseph, O man of truth, enlighten us about 7 fat cows being devoured by 7 lean ones, and 7 green ears of grain, and another 7 dry, so that I can return to the people of the court. And it may be that, after I have told them your interpretation of the dreams, they will come to know what manner of man you are and the injustice done to you. Verse 47. He said, you shall sow for 7 years as usual, but that which you have harvested, leave it in the ear, all save a little which you eat. Verse 48. Then will come after that 7 hard years, which will consume what you have laid up for them. All but a little you should keep in store, to use as seed stock. Verse 49. And thereafter will come a year in which the people will be relieved, with abundance in place of scarcity, and in which they will press fruit for drink and oil, and milk from their cattle. Verse 50. Informed of the meaning of his dream, the king said, bring him to me. When the messenger of the king came to him, Joseph said, go back to your lord and ask him to find out the facts of the case about the women who cut their hands. For sure my lord has full knowledge of their guile and my innocence. Verse 51. The king had the woman assembled before him, and he said, what happened between you and Joseph when you sought to enjoy yourselves by him? They said, God save us. We perceive no evil at all on his part. And the wife of the minister said, now the truth has come to light. It was I who sought to enjoy myself by him. He was indeed truthful in all he said and true to his Lord. Verse 52. Joseph was informed of the women's confessions and the declaration of his innocence. He explained why he had asked for the inquiry. This was so that he, my former lord, should know that I did not betray him in his absence, and that God never guides the schemes of the treacherous to success.